The Indianapolis Colts 2021 schedule breakdown is here. I'm your host, Dalton Miller, joined as always by my co-host, Ian Cummings. And they play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And if they play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the most difficult game on the schedule, unless you are playing also the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm looking at the schedule, and I don't see the Chiefs on there. So this one seems pretty easy, right?
Yeah, Bucks, let's move on. No, I mean we can do that. If we want to be easy about it, we can do that. Okay, but let's do our due diligence. Okay, what are some other teams that might fill that description? Honestly, I don't see any. Well, I do see the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are one team. The AFC, one of those contenders for the AFC Championship. We talked about them in previous videos, but they got so close last year, right? They have Josh Allen, who's one of the top QBs in the league. If that Colts secondary can't quite take the leap, we know they have a lot of decent pieces. We know they have Xavier Rhodes and Kenny Moore, one of the better corner tandems in the league. They also have Khari Willis at safety, who's one of the better up-and-coming young starters in the league. Michigan State pride, right? But at the same time, Josh Allen can put a lot of pressure on this defense. So I look at that as one game. If you're looking for games besides the Buccaneers, that's one where they could face a bigger challenge. There are also some other ones. The Ravens, at the Ravens, week 5. At the Ravens, Monday Night Football. That's tough, man.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. I also think that you have that 3-week start to the season with the Seahawks, Rams, and then Titans. And the Titans and the Colts are kind of, those are the teams fighting in that AFC South to come home with the title there. So I think that those games are going to be a difficult ones as well. I think you could put the Rams right up there. But at the end of the day, it's still going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, when you look at the schedule, you don't see a ton of games, and it's kind of because they do play in the AFC South, and the AFC South is just not very good overall. We don't expect the Jacksonville Jaguars to be a very good football team, and you definitely do not expect the Houston Texans to be a good football team. So what game are you circling on this schedule and be like, yo, I got to watch it. This is the one.
I don't know, man. I don't know. And I'm sure Colts fans are very happy listening to us talk about the Jaguars and the Texans. Like, yeah, we don't even have to worry about them, right? I mean, and it's interesting because in previous years we have had to worry about the Texans, but now we'll have an extra video for that. We won't talk about that. But the Colts and the Titans are usually those teams that have been trading off, and now it seems like they're all alone. So I think when you talk about the must-watch game, I think one of those must-watch games has to be the Colts and the Titans, right? And they play each other their last showdown is they actually play each other pretty early. Week 3 at the Titans, and week 8. Yeah, so it's not one of those situations where, hey, week 18, all the marbles on the tables, right? It's not one of those situations. You're going to get that done early, but I still think it is a good storyline to watch. These are the two teams that have been trading off. Can the Colts compete against the Titans and beat the Titans with Carson Wentz at the helm? The Titans are clearly maybe not going all in, but they are pushing some chips into the center. They traded for Julio Jones. They got Bud Dupree in free agency, 𝗬𝗢𝗎𝗓𝗓. They have a lot of pieces, honestly. And I do think that they're a team that can compete. Maybe not one of those top tier AFC teams, but in the AFC South, which is such an uncertain division, you're looking for a team to be the best. It's really the Titans, and then can the Colts compete with them with Carson Wentz? So I think the must-watch game for me has to be the Colts and the Titans, because that may decide the division ultimately.
Yeah, for me, and listen, I agree. I think that those Titans matchups, both of them, are very, very important for the division. I think if they split, it kind of evens out. So if they split and it evens out, I'm looking at the Arizona Cardinals in Week 16. The Cardinals, a team that we think might be competing for a playoff spot. So that's going to be a big heavyweight battle towards the end of the season. I'm very excited about that. And listen, I'm very, very intrigued to see if Carson Wentz is able to turn it around in Indianapolis with Frank Reich, somebody who he has, almost won an MVP with. If he was able to stay healthy in 2017, he may have. Carson Wentz blew up last year, was not good. It would be hilarious to see him come to the Indianapolis Colts, play well, and watch Philadelphia fans across the country have an absolute meltdown. Indianapolis Colts fans, let us know in the comments how you feel about this football team, first and foremost, and what you think the toughest game was. What game are you guys circling on the schedule to sit down and watch the most? And what do you guys think is the defining game of the season? Let us know in the comments.